If you're watching this video, I wanted to share something that's very valuable and a lot of you may not be fully aware about it, but it's the idea that life happens when you stop trying or when you don't care. What I mean by this is a lot of us have very ambitious goals, whether that be getting into a great relationship, progressing in our career, or bettering our health. However, reflecting on my own life, I've realized that things don't appear or things don't go as expected. It seems that for me, whenever I try to accomplish a goal, the thought, the pressure of being perfect, wanting to truly accomplish that goal has actually hindered me from making it. And this isn't just in one area like health or studies, but it is in all aspects of life, whether that be through relationship, through your career, anything. If you truly think about past experiences in your own life, you'll realize that a lot of times you have self sabotaged your life or self sabotaged yourself in a way where you weren't able to accomplish what you could have accomplished had you cared less. An example would be if you wanted to get into, or an example would be if you wanted to, if you really liked a person and you wanted to get in a relationship with that person, what tends to happen is the person that is more invested in that relationship tends to be the person that has less power in that relationship. When you have less power in the relationship, you're more likely that relationship is less likely to work. So it's odd because the people that we are attracted to tend to not like us, but the people that we aren't attracted to are the people that we tend to attract. And it's kind of weird, but it makes sense because you are trying way too hard to get into a certain relationship, right? And because of this makes you seem needy. It makes that other person seem like you aren't a person of value, that you are readily available. And people value scarcity. They don't want something that is readily available because if it's readily available, they won't value it, right? They didn't work for it, right? And this is just one example, but it is a very big, important advice that many of you will hopefully implement so that you can stop wasting time and stop being in toxic relationships and really cut through all the crap and, you know, advance in that one aspect. But another area would be your health. I noticed for me that a lot of times I want to be perfect with my health. I want to optimize everything. So that includes sleep. And the funny thing about sleep is the more that you try to improve your sleep, the worse off your sleep gets. It's like the more you try, the more insomniac you become. And there's a reason for this. Sleep isn't something you can force, it's something that you have to fall into. You fall asleep, you don't force yourself to sleep. But the issue here is that a lot of us, especially me, we even if we follow everything that all the sleep advice that we see online, which includes waking up at a certain time, going to bed at the same time, getting morning sunlight, winding down, having no screen a couple hours before bed, even if we follow all of that, if we are so focused on trying to get good sleep, we will not get good sleep, right? Because the idea here is the more you try, the worse off things get, right? So that's another example. And I'm sure you guys can think of a lot of different examples where the more you try, the worse off things get, right? And I'm not going to go through every single one because there's so much. It's just the idea that when you overthink overthinking makes you feel like you're being productive, but in reality, you're not being productive. Nothing's happening. You're not applying anything. So the best thing you can do is to just sit down, reflect, right? Figure out what are the actionable steps you should take to accomplish a goal, and then just act on those steps and don't overthink it. Don't jeopardize yourself. Don't self sabotage by reasoning with yourself whether you can accomplish it or you can't. Just take actionable steps every day, and that will build momentum. That will make you feel a lot better. And people tend to overestimate how much they can accomplish in a day, but underestimate how much they can accomplish in a year. So you really have to get into a flow state where you first reflect, which means you isolate yourself from social media, from being online for a long enough period of time where you can figure out what's important to you, what goals are worth working towards. And once you have that figured out and you figure out what actions are needed to accomplish those goals, then you stop thinking about what if scenarios and just start executing. I guarantee you will feel a lot better if you do this. And that is it. Bye.